Hey folks, welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to be using the pen tool to create masks. Now I've got two layers here. The layer below is a picture of an equatorial rainforest and the layer above is a leaf. What I want to do is composite this leaf on top of the image below by cutting out the background here and just leaving the leaf remaining. So to get started I'm going to click here and select my pen tool. I'm then going to start clicking around the leaf like so. Now I'm doing this rather quickly, but as you can see it's not the world's best mask. You can see the edges of the leaf here have got some finer points to it, so we're going to zoom in a little by using the zoom tool here. So let's zoom in and we can now see the finer points of the leaf. I'm going to go back on my pen tool and I'm going to continue clicking with a little bit more detail. I can go to the top of the points there. I'm still rushing it a bit. I'll be honest folks, when you're doing your own work you probably want to be a little bit more detailed than this. So we click around the edges like so, but already we can see a problem. We're running out of screen space. If that's the case, click on the hand tool here, click on your space bar and you can slide the image to see a bit more of it. Click back on your pen tool and then carry on drawing the mask. Again, it's a bit rough. You're going to be more detailed than this, I'd imagine. Now, me doing this for the next 10 minutes is going to be a rather tedious tutorial, so I'm going to stop that there and just go back to Comp 1 to show you the mask in its entirety. I used the pen tool to click all the way around the mask and set vertex points. Let me just reselect it. All the way around the leaf, and then I joined them up at the bottom round here on the left. Now it's not a bad mask, I've done it fairly quickly. You probably want to use your zoom tool to zoom in and be a little bit more fine, but you can see, because it's quite a detailed leaf, there's a lot of points on it as I've gone around the edge. But there's some problems. If you look down here, it's rather sharp and it's not particularly rounded. So I'm going to use my zoom tool again. I'm going to zoom in here to do a little bit of fine tuning. Now if you look at some of the edges here, they're quite sharp. Let's go back on my selection tool and you can see that there's a rather sharp edge here. I'm going to correct that by clicking on my pen tool and selecting the Convert Vertex tool. Now if I hold the Shift key and click on this vertex, I can change it from sharp to rounded. So rounded, sharp, rounded, sharp. To give you the technical term, the sharp edge on the vertex here is linear. If I click on it, it's now Bezier, and I can grab these handles and actually manipulate the mask in a bit more detail. I can go back to my selection tool here. I can actually then grab a vertex and move it out. If you deselect the mask and then reselect it like so, you can see all the vertex points have been selected. If I now grab this handle, the whole mask moves. If you want to move individual vertex or vertices, you can use the Shift key again and select them like so, and then move them out as you see fit. You can select multiple ones using the Shift key, like so, and I can then pull those out, and it pulls out 2 or 3 vertex or vertices at the same time. You can do further adjustments actually by clicking here and going to Add Vertex. So you can add a vertex, click on the selection tool, and then move that one if you wish. If you think you've done too many vertex or vertices, you can click on here, go to Delete Vertex, and you can actually start to get rid of some of them. Like so. But you want to be careful, you can end up distorting the mask. So I'm going to go to Command Z and undo that. Right, let's just zoom back out, select the leaf, and again we can now, if we wish, move that leaf around the image below, scale it down if we wish, and maybe just put it somewhere a little bit more coherent, maybe on the bottom left. It's got rather a sharp edge to it. If you want to, you can feather the edge of the mask just ever so subtly. Usually 10 pixels does the job. It just softens out the edges. Okay folks, that's a quick guide to using the pen tool to cut out individual shapes. Hope you got on with that okay. See you in the next tutorial.